Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. It's dawn, not too much dawn going on at 5:38 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Daylight time, that's the problem. If it was standard time, you'd see the sun maybe. Okay, introduced in no earlier than 2010, but no later than 2011. I've never been able to pin down the date, but 2010, more than likely, maybe 2011. Rich and Rare Reserve. Now, the original Rich and Rare was introduced in 1962, but this is the Sazerac introduced Rich and Rare Reserve. I got this bottle for $9.99. You can find it around for this price. Pretty bottle. Somebody was telling me that there's a whiskey called Golden Wedding, I think he was saying, that has the same bottle design, and another one. It's one of these standard Sazerac bottles. Pretty cap, plastic, of course. It's got sprigs of barley, I guess that is cereal green. Imported and bottled in the USA by Sazerac Company, Frankfort, Kentucky. The Sazerac Company, Frankfort, Kentucky. If this was a bourbon, it would say bottled by the Buffalo Trace, Frankfort, Kentucky. Same place. These different names depending on what they're trying to sell. But there it is, Rich and Rare. Got the crown for Canada. Shield, no maple leaves. Okay. The website says, which I put a link below, Rich and Rare Reserve is an impeccable blended whiskey. Impeccable for $9.99. Blended by renowned master blender Drew Mayville. He's the Sazerac Canadian master blender of the Sazerac Company. Its unique marriage of smooth and spicy flavors make for a great whiskey on ice or in mixed drinks. Now notice they're qualifying it. A great whiskey on ice or in mixed drinks. Notice they didn't say neat, which is what I'm doing it, how I'm doing it. Smooth yet spicy whiskey, perfect for any occasion. You mean like a Dawn Busters? Tasting notes. The nose, peppery spice with toffee and caramel to balance the sweet palate. Palate. They got it in capital letters. That's incorrect. That's not a proper noun. Palate is a common noun. Well, they're whiskey experts. They're not English language grammar experts. But still, sugarcane and candy fruit with peppercorn finish. Oh, I see what's going on. They didn't really space it out correctly. All right. So they should have a comma. The palate, sugarcane and candied fruit with peppercorn finish. The finish, soft and lingering with bacon, spices, and a touch of smoke. So y'all got to put some commas in here so this is legible. It's an ultra run-on sentence, but it's just sentence fragments. It won a bronze medal at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. All right. The competitor. So that's Rich and Rare Reserve. It's pretty popular, I think, because it's cheap. It doesn't taste terrible. Daryl Macias, good morning. Good morning to you, Daryl. Voltron, morning, big to you. The Dixie Bassman, Rich and Rare Reserve is overrated for what they claim, in my opinion. The Crown Royal was surprisingly tasty. Okay, well, that's why we're going to do the blind taste test. So we'll put the Rich and Rare Reserve over here. If you just check the ads, like 1 week, Rouse's will have it for $9.99, and then the next Total Wine and More will have it for $9.99. And Winn-Dixie, well, never Winn-Dixie, they're expensive, but maybe Bromart, you know what I'm saying? So it just go on and on. Don't need tags because this is gold, deep gold. It's a deep gold. It's almost amber, I guess. And this is just straight up copper, you see, copper. Thanks for watching the Dixie Bass Man. I appreciate you watching. Dr. Frosty Brew. Cheers, Ron. Cheers to you, all of the early morning people. Of course, if Maxwell joins, it's probably early afternoon, and almost said the Soviet Union. The Russian Federation. So I got to keep my eyes closed at least until I determine which is which should be easy enough. Bourbon Mash, distinctive. It smells and tastes like, well, you guessed it, bourbon. Is that why the government came after them? Yeah, but mainly because they called it Bourbon Mash. If they'd have called it Crown Royal Bourbon style whiskey, they might have not had a problem. But anyway, that's water under the bridge because they're apparently going to come out with a new blender series soon. All right. This smells like candy corn. Candy. Want candy? Want candy? And this smells like bourbon. All right. Charred oak. Corn, charred oak, mainly charred oak. Wood barrel. Vanilla. Oak. All right. So Crown Royal, Sazerac's Rich and Rare Reserve. 27. Okay, let's round off. $28, but I paid $27.98. $27.99. $28, $9.99, $10. So what's a better deal? $10 or $28? It's an $18 difference. Is the Bourbon Mash going to really be $18 better? On aroma, I wouldn't say it's $18 better. I can open my eyes now. Okay, there it is, gold. Okay. This smells like Canadian whiskey, of course, but it doesn't have as much of the almond extract type smell, the white rum. It has it. It does have that. After all, it's the base of it is what? Rich and Rare. But this is more, it just, honestly, it smells like it's aged longer. So they're probably taking Rich and Rare Reserve, Rich and Rare, which I'm sure is only 3 years. I mean, I'm not sure, but come on. $7.99. I saw it at Walmart. Maybe it was $8.25 now. It used to be $7.92. But, you know, price is going up thanks to the Federal Reserve monetary policy, but, and other things. But, they're probably aging it 6 years, you know. So instead of 3, they're probably aging it 6. And it's giving it more, develop aroma and taste. I don't know if they're using different ingredients, but that aging might mellow out that weirdness. Cheers to y'all. Yeah. A lot of corn grits. No, I did not eat corn grits this morning. Sometimes that'll throw it off in a way that it'll make everything taste more corn grits. I had shrimp, frozen shrimp, 6 of them on bread. I baked it in the oven, you know, and then I put it on broil for about a minute and a half. I had tartar sauce with it and some black pepper on it. You get a lot of grain alcohol here, man. And you get that sugar, that rum. It's real sugary. It's like maybe like corn syrup. I'm not saying high fructose corn syrup, but just like corn syrup that you could buy at the store to bake. Assuming it's not the high fructose, and then they'll add vanilla flavor to it. It's kind of like that. There's a little wood. There's a, you know, it's oak. There's a little wood, and there's, I don't know about all these other things I was reading or whatever they were saying. I can't ever remember anyway, because it's so elaborate, you know. Oh, it's just so elaborate. Now, some people claim, I don't necessarily agree, but they claim that this Rich and Rare Reserve is as good as Crown Royal, and it's so much cheaper, half the price, over half the price. I'm not about to go that far, but to be fair, Crown Royal Fine Deluxe, you know, the regular Crown Royal, it does have you get a lot of grain spirits taste on it. You know, grain whiskey, whatever you want to call it. It is the same thing. Grain neutral spirits, grain alcohol, grain spirits. In Scotland they say, and in Ireland they say grain whiskey. Just read your tasting notes and your distilling notes on all those companies' websites, and they'll tell you the grain whiskey's column stilled, and it's virtually odorless and tasteless. The taste is going to come from the single malts. In this case, and in Crown Royal's case, the taste is going to come from the single malt, the rye whiskey, and the flavoring they add. I've tried grits on several occasions. All I get is a strong, cheap ramen taste. Ramen? Howdy, Ron. Howdy, Ron, says Beer Hounds. The Dixie Bassman. Rich and Rare Reserve is only $6 cheaper in my state, but they just made our liquor tax 8%. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's way cheaper here. I mean, we talking $18. It's fine. It's not that great, though. I mean, if you like to drink sugary tasting stuff, honestly, if I was looking to buy Canadian blended whiskey just to drink, and I wouldn't be because I don't ever buy any whiskey just to drink. I only buy them for one reason, to do taste challenges or do a video review. That's it. That's the honest truth. You can say, oh, you just drink all the time and that's all you do. Well, wrong, 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 wrong. If I did, I would just tell you I did. I would admit it. I wouldn't be ashamed of it, although it would be a bad practice. I really don't ever drink any liquor just to be drinking it. I only do the taste challenges and reviews. That is eccentric. I agree. It's strange. I guess most people don't approach it that way, but it's fine with me. I'm happy doing it. You know. And my friend David was telling me, buy this, buy that. You need to buy this. I said, look, let me tell you something. I said, I've got a huge backstock of stuff right now, and I'm very happy with what I have, and I really don't want to buy anything else at this time. And he said, okay, it's your life. I said, that's right. And, you know, if he wants to keep buying different brands, I wouldn't criticize that. I don't care what other people buy, especially since it doesn't involve my money. You know what I'm saying? But I always buy what I want to buy. Now, I mean, of course, with recommendations, I'll go with it, but I don't buy under pressure. You dig? I'm not like Queen and David Bowie. I don't buy under pressure. All right. But well, I was going back to the other point. I would just buy Rich and Rare, okay? I wouldn't pay the extra $2 for the Rich and Rare Reserve. I mean, I wouldn't. You could. It's got a prettier bottle. No doubt about that. Now, if I was given a gift, and I didn't want to spend, yeah, that would look nicer. You know, Rich and Rare Reserve is a much nicer presentation than that forlorn Rich and Rare, you know. Bourbon Mash tastes like bourbon. Blender's Mash, Bourbon Mash, Blender's Mash, Bourbon Mash, Blender's Mash. Tastes like bourbon. I mean, I don't know what else to say. What does bourbon taste like? A lot of corn grits, yellow corn grits. What is a corn grit? What is a grit? You take corn. It's dry. Very dry. And you pulverize it with this big hammer. I saw that thing at Barton 1792 distillery. Bang, bang, bang. And then it just bangs it into little grits. Like, not sawdust, it's not that pulverized, but little grains, like sand grains, but bigger. And but not much bigger. Then they start soaking it in the water, and if you have grits at your house, it puffs up. Like you would expect, puffs up because it gets soaked with water. So they use that. And then it tastes like the charred oak, and the vanilla. People say charred oak tastes like vanilla. And then there's some, like I said, the nectar, honeysuckle, maybe dried fruit, cake fruit that you would get in the Mylar bags at the grocery store in the produce section. What's the difference between grits and cornmeal? Not much, except cornmeal is more pulverized, I believe. It is more pulverized. Cornmeal is pulverized to the point where it's like a powder. Okay, that's cornmeal's pulverized to powder, like powdered sugar. Whereas grits is just crushed with the hammer to where it's little granules. It's the same thing. It's corn. Okay. And corn syrup is the juice. Now I'm just trying to decide if it's a $10, $18 difference. I mean, to me, the bourbon mash tastes way better because it's just got that heavy charred oak. And I'm the one always fussing about bourbon, right? You always hear me saying, I don't really like bourbon that much. But maybe I like it more than I think I do. Yeah, it's got a lot of action. If you don't have bourbon mash, blender's mash, bourbon mash, blender's mash yet, go buy it because it's going away. So I would buy it now or forever hold your wallet, because just buy it so you can try it, right? You say, I want to get a mini bottle. Yeah, well, you're probably not going to find a mini bottle. You can find it $3.75. John and Neely did. He bought me one, and I dissipated it. It's gone. I dumped it in the trash. Well, the empty bottle. Okay, the Rich and Rare Reserve is fine. I don't have an issue with it. I like it. It's good. It's a good product. I would give it a high score. I'm not rating right now. But I think it's not up to the bourbon. But it makes sense. This is $10. That's $28. Do you get more when you pay more? Often, not always. Often. Oftentimes. $18. I'm not too sure about that. Now, what about Crown Royal regular, the Fine Deluxe, the standard Crown Royal over Rich and Rare? Is it really $13 better? I wouldn't say so. Maybe $5 better. So if I was looking to buy a standard premium Canadian blended whiskey, and I wouldn't be looking to do that, but let's say I was, would I choose Crown Royal or Rich and Rare Reserve? I would choose Rich and Rare Reserve because you're not losing too much and you're saving a lot. So I don't mind losing a little if I'm saving a lot. In this case, it's really a bad comparison because the bourbon mash is so unlike any other Canadian whiskey. It's like there would be no substitute. You understand? It's like, what other Canadian whiskey has this? None to my knowledge. So it's either you buy this or you just soon buy some bourbon. And if you want to be cheap, buy Ancient Age. If you want to be less cheap, buy Ancient Age 10-star. It costs you a good $7 more. But anyway, you dig what I'm saying. I mean, heck, you can buy Benchmark bourbon for $8.99. And that's straight bourbon. It's not blended. It's pronounced bass, as in the musical range, not bass as in the fish. Oh, Dixie bass man. Oh, I'll get you. A Dixie bass, like in the jazz band. Dixieland Jazz. But between these two whiskeys, Crown wins, in my opinion. Yes, I agree. People will say, let's agree to disagree. Well, in this case, we're agreeing to agree. It's the winner, but I'm not sure about the $18. That's my only question. I don't really taste the $18 difference. But if you're that funny about it, you might be taking away your whiskey taste and enjoyment. I mean, you can't be that particular. Is the Crown Royal worth the $27.99? Yeah, you know what the problem is? Here's the issue. It's $9.99 for the Rich and Rare Reserve on sale, which somebody's always got it on sale. Just shop around. Somebody's always got it. I'm talking about Louisiana. But it performs above its price point. You see what I'm saying? It's $9.99, but it tastes like it's it should be like $17.99. You can get the whole big handle bottle for that. So that's the issue there. It performs way above its price point. The Bourbon Mash performs appropriate to its price point. It's $27.99 and it tastes like it. $30, it would still be good. At $30, it would still work. I wouldn't go above 30. So that's the story. I mean, that's not anything new. Me saying that about Rich and Rare Reserve is not new, because you can look on the internet. They got all kind of video reviews and written reviews talking about how Rich and Rare Reserve performs above its price point. So thanks to Sazerac at Buffalo Trace Distilling, and well, they bottle it there, but you know, Sazerac Canada in Montreal, they do a good job. So this is another one of those approach conflicts. Either way you go, you're winning. You get Rich and Rare Reserve, you've won. You paid a little and you got a lot. The Bourbon Mash, you paid a pretty good amount. If you want to call $27.99 a pretty good amount, but you got a good amount. So everything works. There's no downside with this taste challenge. There is no downside. Now, later today, which will be for Monday's review. Sunday, I should be able to do it on Sunday morning. Saturday's going to be kind of wiggy waggy. But, and I don't like to be rushing these things. Got two left. Windsor Canadian. Now, that's going to be a great challenge. And then Black Velvet. That is not going to be a great challenge. So if you want to skip that one, I won't take offense, because Black Velvet is a real loser, in my opinion. Sorry. That's the way I see it. I got to call them like I see them, and I'll try to be honest, you know. Maxwell. Hello, Ron. I knew Maxwell would show up. Hello, Maxwell in Russia, the Russian Federation. All right, so two winners. Off to the races now. Off to the races. Don't wash your cell phone in the washing machine like I did yesterday. It doesn't work. They don't. I didn't realize it was in my pocket. They don't work right after you do that. It just, they'll be clean, but they're not designed for that. All right. Anyway, absent-minded. Okay, and I'm going to end this taste challenge by saying, y'all have a great Thursday, and I might more than likely, almost certainly see y'all later on this morning, in the late morning, for that other taste challenge. Thank you.